Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. For today's topic, I wanted to talk about something that is often overlooked, especially during the month of Ramadan, and that is how to resolve conflict. We know from the Sunnah and from many stories of the Sahaba that there were conflicts that occurred, but unfortunately we don't talk about them a lot because there's this sort of stigma around the Sahabas making mistakes. But we know that many of them did make mistakes. But what was notable about them is not the fact that they didn't do mistakes, it's the fact that they made mistakes, but they overcame them, and were able to resolve them quickly and efficiently and beautifully. There's a beautiful example of this in a story that happened between Abu Dhar and Bilal, radiallahu anhuma. When Abu Dhar was talking about some of the spoils of war, and Bilal, who as we know was not only a slave previously, but also a black one. And Bilal, he was pretty much disagreeing with what Abu Dhar was saying. He said, I respectfully disagree with that option for what Abu Dhar had to say. And Abu Dhar quickly got angry, and he said, even you, you son of a black woman. And subhanAllah, how many times do we get in a situation with our friends, with our brothers, people who we love, and out of anger, we might say something, maybe not to the level of racism, but something that might hurt that person's feelings. How many times do we accidentally get maybe even in a physical altercation with our friends? So obviously Bilal radiallahu anh was very, very, very upset with what was said to him. And it's very notable right here. I want to take a pause and note what Bilal radiallahu anhu did. When someone does us wrong, maybe we'll go to our friends, start slandering them, start backbiting them, start, spreading rumors about them. What Bilal did was he went straight to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he explained to him the situation. And a lot of the people nowadays, what will they call us? The young guys, they'll call it, oh, he's snitching. He's he's being a rat. Astaghfirullah. No, what he's really doing is he's going to someone who he knows has the cure. And he went to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to give him that remedy, to give him that cure. And when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam heard about this, he got frustrated, very, very, very frustrated. And he right away he went to Abu Dhar and he told him, is it true what you have said? And here, again, what's the natural instinct to do? Nah, man, I didn't mean it like that. That's not, he's a snitch. I didn't actually say that. No, but Abu Dhar, he confessed to what he did. And he said, yes, I did. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he told him, indeed, you, ya Abu Dhar, you have a little bit of jahiliyyah in you. You have a little bit of the ignorance in you still from the pre-Islamic eras. And subhanAllah, that really affected Abu Dhar, right? It really affected him. And nowadays, when someone comes to us with a piece of advice, a piece of nasiha, maybe they come at us and give us harsh nasiha, harsh words. And these were indeed harsh words from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We get affected by it negatively, right? We might, but it's important to note that nasiha from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came two sides of the coin. He sometimes gave it politely, but also it sometimes was needed for him to be stern, for him to be proactive and give harsh advice or harsh pieces of nasihas. And he said, you, ya Abu Dhar, you still have ignorance in you. And it was harsh, but it's what was needed during that time. And right away, we see from the examples of the companions, the beautiful, beautiful thing of what he did next. And he went right away to Bilal, he found him, and he put his face firmly on the ground. And he said, step on my feet so that today we know who is honored and we know who is dishonored. SubhanAllah, look at that humble, humble, humble apology. Most humble apology. How much more humble can it get? We learned another lesson, right? That when we when we're in a conflict and we are the ones who made an error, we're the ones who have to humbly apologize. And that's exactly what he did. And another beautiful lesson that we learned is the way Bilal radiallahu anh handled it. He went down and he kissed him on his forehead and he said, you know, don't worry about it, pretty much. So that's the lesson that I wanted to give you guys today. So many lessons that we can learn from this beautiful story. You know, how to resolve conflicts, understanding that conflicts do happen, taking in advice when we are the ones in the wrong, apologizing, and then also humbly accepting the apology and looking past it. And stern nasihas as well. When to give stern nasihas, harsh nasihas at times, and when to give polite nasihas at time or advice. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم. Thank you guys for listening to today's Ramadan Ruby.